She texted at 9:47 p.m., business conference extended. Be home next week. I stared at the message for a moment. Then I typed my reply slowly, deliberately. Don't rush. The divorce conference just started here. 2 minutes later, her reply came in. Just 3 words. Please don't. That was the sound of a liar realizing she'd finally run out of places to hide. We met 6 years ago at a seminar in Chicago. She was running late, storming in halfway through my presentation, hair slightly damp from the rain. I remember she apologized when our eyes met. And for reasons I still can't explain, I believed her. Maybe that's where it all began, my weakness for sincerity that wasn't real. She laughed easily back then, a sound that filled rooms and erased doubts. I thought we shared ambition, 2 professionals building something together. She was my mirror, or so I thought. But mirrors, I learned, don't show truth. They only reflect what you want to see. The first crack appeared last winter. A perfume I didn't recognize lingered on her coat, sharp, floral, foreign. Client gift, she said with a smile. I nodded. I didn't press. You don't catch snakes by stomping, you wait. Then came the late-night calls. Work stress, she claimed. I let it go. My father once told me, when you suspect betrayal, don't befront, reduce review. And then confront betrayal. Don't confront Morris. Patterns formed like frost on glass, slowly, silently. The troops grew longer, the excuses sharper. Her phone, once left face up, started staying face down. The day I knew for sure, it was almost accidental. Her iPad pinged while she showered, the same notification sound as her phone. She'd forgotten they were synced. 1 message, that's all it took. Last night was perfect. Can't wait for next weekend. Same hotel. His name was Daniel, the A. His name was Daniel, the. His name was Daniel, the E. He lays a lantern. He is now. His name was Daniel, the E. Predictably, pathetically married. I remember the quiet that filled the room after I read it. No anger, no heartbreak, just silence, like the world had stopped breathing. Then I realized she wasn't the one who changed, I was. I spent the next 2 months planning. Not revenge, not at first, just clarity. But clarity has a way of sharpening into purpose. I started with her finances. We had joint accounts, shared assets, a mortgage unknown. I let her handle the bills. She liked control, so I gave it to her. But I also started moving pieces quietly, shifting ownership, setting traps. She never noticed when I opened a new account, never questioned why I wanted power of attorney for business reasons. She just signed distracted, tapping her phone under the table. Meanwhile, I gathered evidence, photos, receipts, emails. I hired a private investigator under the pretense of I hired a private investigator under the pretense of grieving. The irony wasn't lost on me. I was documenting the collapse of my own marriage like a corporate audit. When everything was ready, I did what she'd never expect. I acted normal. I kissed her goodbye at airports, texted her good night, pretended not to notice when her conferences conveniently overlapped with Daniel's. That's the thing about liars, they grow comfortable inside their own stories. All you have to do is let them believe you're still the Daniel. They'll believe you're still, let them believe you're still believe. 3 nights ago, I filed for divorce, quietly, efficiently. My lawyer, a shark in a tailored suit, said it was one of the cleanest cases he'd seen. Adultery, fraud, concealment of assets. I'd built a legal masterpiece, one signature at a time. This morning, while she was still at her conference, Daniel's wife received a folder in her email. Photos, messages, hotel receipts, proof. By noon, Daniel was suspended, pending divorce, pending invendiges advance in the laws of proof. By noon, Daniel was suspended, pending invendiges visible, Weisling at home preschool proof. The warnings were sent to the folders, messages. By evening, his wife had moved out with their 2 children. And me? I was sitting in our kitchen, sipping coffee, watching the news ticker scroll across the bottom of the TV, senior executive faces internal probe amid allegations of misconduct. I smiled, not out of joy, but out of completion. Now, tonight, her text, business conference extended. Be home next week. She doesn't know that her key card won't work when she gets back. The locks when she gets back. The locks won't work when she gets back. The locks will work, but the locks will dullness of the lock. Her clothes, her jewelry, her designer shoes, all boxed and labeled in the garage. The movers come tomorrow. What's left in this house is mine, legally, emotionally, too. When I set my reply, don't rush. The divorce conference just started here. I knew she'd understand. She always prided herself on being clever, but clever isn't the same as careful. Her message came 2 minutes later. Please don't. It wasn't fear of losing me. Please don't. It wasn't fear of losing me. It wasn't fear of losing me. It's the wee word. It wasn't fear of losing me. It deal all viewed. The rush. She knew Daniel's life had already imploded. She knew she was next. Maybe she's sitting in a hotel lobby right now, phone shaking in her hand, realizing that for the first time, she's the one being watched. And that's the beauty of revenge. It doesn't require rage, just patience. Tomorrow morning, the divorce petition goes public. Her firm will learn she falsified business trips to fund personal affairs. Her reimbursement records are in the folder my lawyer's about to send to HR. It's not vindictive, it's precise. Every lie has a paper trail. I just followed it to its logical end. I once thought marriage was about trust. I was wrong. It's about leverage. She'll try to call, of course. She'll beg, negotiate, cry, but I won't answer. Because forgiveness, I've realized, is just another form of surrender. No, this isn't about forgiveness. It's about finality. By the time she returns, she'll find the house stripped of everything familiar except one thing, the framed photo from our honeymoon. It'll be waiting on the kitchen counter, cracked right through the middle. Under it, a note. Next time you fall in love, make sure it's not with someone who keeps receipts. I used to think endings were loud, shouting, slamming doors, tears. But this one is quiet, clean, surgical. Because when love dies slowly, you don't bear bears slowly. You don't bear slow. Because when love dies slowly, you don't bear die slowly. You don't bear the milliers out. And when you're done, you write your own epitaph. Please don't. She should have thought of that before she did.